Hi, my name is Gordon Klingenschmitt. I am your candidate for state representative, running in House District 15 on the east side of Colorado Springs. And our website is gordonforcolorado.com. And today I'm going to talk about one of the issues that are becoming important in Colorado law, and that is defending natural marriage. Now, some of my opponents, and there are 3 Republicans in this race, have criticized me, maybe said, oh, Gordon, you're too religious. Well, they're speaking about my experience as a Navy chaplain. And yes, I was a chaplain in the Navy, and I am an Air Force Academy graduate. I am a 20-year military veteran. I do have an MBA. I founded 2 successful businesses. Our charity has built an orphanage in India, and we care for orphans and widows. If that makes me too religious, maybe I'm just pleased that I think a little bit like our founding fathers. I hope, anyway. I hope to live up to their example of defending religious freedom in the Constitution of the United States. Now, when I was a chaplain, let me put on my chaplain's hat for a moment, I dealt with compassion for people who came to me with sexual orientation issues. And I know we all have people that we know, and we should be compassionate towards those who struggle. And yet, as a candidate, I want to take off my chaplain hat for a moment and put on my legislator hat. And if I am elected as a state legislator, why is this important issue here in Colorado law? Well, for several reasons. Number one, the citizens of Colorado have voted twice, maybe 3 times on this issue. In 1992, we passed Amendment 2 to define marriage between one man and one woman. And I'm endorsed by leaders who helped fight that fight for Amendment 2, including Will Perkins in this race. He's endorsed me as a good candidate. But also, when that was struck down by the courts, we voted again and we passed Amendment 43 to define natural marriage between one man and one woman here in the state of Colorado. Now, if you've been following politics in Colorado in recent years, maybe you're familiar with this book. It's called The Blueprint, and this book explains how the Democrats have taken over the Colorado State Legislature. Now, this is important for you to know, that out of 100 legislators, I was fascinated to learn that 8 are openly gay. Far more than 1% of the population that they may represent. And why have they had such success in taking over? In fact, the Speaker of the House, Mark Ferrandino, has taken over with funding from this man, Tim Gill. And he's a billionaire up in Denver, and he not only is openly gay, but he has several wealthy people who have sometimes put $500,000 into state legislature races to throw out the Republicans. And this Democrat funding now has been able to push a different agenda against the will of the Colorado voters, specifically with regard to civil unions. Now, the civil unions law was passed last year by the Democrats, and it has no religious exemptions, no religious freedom for people like Jack Phillips. Jack Phillips, as you may know, is a Denver baker who refused to make a wedding cake for 2 men who came all the way from Massachusetts and demanded that he participate in their religious ceremony. So now, because the Democrats in Denver have passed this law to say there are no religious exemptions, you must participate in their religious ceremony, or this Christian baker now is facing fines and jail time for supposed discrimination. Why aren't they protected under the First Amendment of the Constitution? A Colorado administrative judge has recently ruled that the First Amendment doesn't protect this Christian baker. Instead, he must be punished. Well, now I wonder, why does this play into our race? If you elect a libertarian who's not a social conservative and he goes up there to get along with the Democrats, isn't he just going to be passing Tim Gill's agenda? Isn't he going to be agreeing to punish and take away the religious liberty of people of faith like Jack Phillips? This is an important issue. If we need to send at least one person to the state legislature who is an ordained minister, I want to be that candidate. And I want to defend your values and your family against the agenda which is now being pushed on us. I'm running to oppose a theocracy. The Democrats are the ones pushing a theocracy on us. And I think we should have religious freedom to say no. I'll defend freedom for people of all faiths. And I know some of the blogs have hated me on this issue because I've been a leader on the national level. I've sent hundreds of thousands of petitions to Washington defending traditional marriage, and I'm going to continue to fight on this issue and represent you. What kind of representation do you want? in Denver? Do you want someone who has a backbone, who's going to stand up to the establishment and oppose that theocracy? Or do you want someone who's going to go along and get along with the Democrats? If that's what you want, vote for the other guy. But if you want someone who's a man of faith, a man of principle, I am Gordon Klingenschmitt. My website is gordonforcolorado.com. Please sign up to subscribe for our newsletter. Please make a donation if you can and help me win this race for Colorado House District 15. God bless you. We'll talk to you next time.